Hi, this is Zeedign Tutorials, and you are watching the third video of the Shutterstock Contributor series, where we are exploring the potential of Shutterstock as a source of passive income for the designers and photographers. So if you haven't watched the first two videos, I would highly recommend you to watch those two as well, because this is an ongoing series, so I will not be able to cover what I have shared earlier in those two videos. So for example, in the first video I shared the earning potential of Shutterstock, what were my best months, how much money did I make, and I also shared with you the designs that sells the most for me in my case, because I shared my personal case study with you, and the topics that sells more, the topics that were more successful than others, and the topics that were unsuccessful in my case. So the first video would be very beneficial to you if you want to explore Shutterstock as a sort of passive income with a very little effort. And then in the second video I shared a strategy with you which I follow and based on my experience over the years working as a Shutterstock contributor part-time. So this is the third video, and like the previous one, this video will have two parts. In the first part I will share the earning summary, or update you with my earning summary, because the last time in the second video I think I shared it by the end of March, and I skipped the April month. I was busy, and now we are at the end of May 2022. So I was thinking that I should give you an update regarding my existing earning of this month, and then in the second part I will share another strategy with you, or you could call it a useful tip which you could follow in order to improve your earning potential with lesser effort. Okay, so let's get started. So here is the new interface of Shutterstock Contributor. They have recently updated it. I personally don't like it. It's quite plain or simple anyway. So this is total earning. This is not relevant in this case. I wanted to show you the earning update of this month, the May month, and it is $274 so far, and all by images, and the number of downloads were 644. Okay, so let me display you. Yeah, this is a better graph of this year, of year 2022. So I will hover my cursor over each month so you would get an idea. So the January month was about 118, then the next month was even better, the third one was even better, and then there was a drop. So in March I earned $238, and then in April I made 162, and now this month it is about an extra 100 than the previous month. So it varies from month to month depending on which designs are more relevant in which months. Anyway, so in this month I've made this much so far, and the number of downloads are this many so far. And there's another update that I would like to share, is the level, because Shutterstock follows levels that I shared, I think in the first or maybe in the second video. So as you know, on each new year, Shutterstock resets your level, contributor level. So then you have to regain each level every year. This is not a good policy, but anyway, this is how it is. So I'm at level 5, and I'm not hoping to get to level 6, because this is sort of impossible, at least in my case, with just 500 images in my portfolio. So anyway, I have reached level 5 so far. Okay, so reaching level 5 took me, I think I reached it last month, not this month. Anyway, so it took me 4 months to reach level 5, and I'm not expecting to reach level 6, because it's a huge gap. The level 5 can be acquired just by 2500 downloads, and then from 2500 downloads to 25,000 downloads, it's a huge gap, and it does not make any sense. Anyway, so this is the highest I'm hoping to achieve every month or every year. Okay, so this was the first part of the video where I wanted to share with you my earning so far. Okay, so let's get to the second part, which is strategy number 2, and that is I've written some points for you this time, so that you will not have to rely on my accent. Anyway, so this is my Shutterstock Contributor strategy number 2, which I'm hoping that you would find useful, which is targeting the regular and high-paying audience. And you could, replace the word audience with countries maybe. So I have, based on my personal experience, and here is a note, and this is really important, that these categories are based on my personal experience, and your experience might vary, because I have explained these things in the first video, that this is my personal case study. Anyway, so I have listed few countries. Obviously I don't remember all of them, but the countries that kept appearing in my downloads information. So I wanted to tell you and share this information with you, that it is really important for you to target the right audience. Okay, so for example, if you are planning to design something, or even if you want to target or if you have to upload some photographs to target some particular audience or some event, you should be very careful about the amount of effort you are putting for that campaign or that event or that festival or whatever you are targeting. Because if you are working for or if you're targeting something, let's say for Chinese audience, Russian audience, Central Asian audience, you might not get that much of an results in terms of downloads. Maybe it is because there are lesser clients, Shutterstock clients in those countries, or maybe they have a different language version. I'm not sure, but this is how it is. So if you are targeting United States, United Kingdom, Italy, Spain, and United Arab Emirates, UAE, or commonly known as Dubai. So if you are targeting these countries, you can expect are really better paying results, and also much more downloads. Okay, so I will just give you an example. So for example, if I'm designing something for the National Day of UAE, okay, and then on the same day I design something for the National Day of, let's say, Russia, okay, or China, or maybe some Scandinavian country, the difference of the number of downloads will be huge. Okay, so this is just one example. So these countries have, you could, in other words, you could put it this way, that these countries, the countries that I have listed as category A, these countries have maybe much more users that are using Shutterstock, or that use Shutterstock to buy images or vectors, okay, based on my personal experience. So if you are designing something for some South Asian country, let's say India or Pakistan or Bangladesh, don't expect too much of a return. Okay, so depending on that, I would advise you not to put too much effort on something which is targeting the audiences of these countries. And this is that's why I have categorized them in 4 different options. So these countries are the ones that appear the most in my portfolio. I get majority of my downloads from these countries. Okay, so when I'm designing something for which targets these countries, it could be anything. It could be, let's say, some landscape or landmarks belonging to these countries. It could be some local festivals that are going on in these countries. So I will give you an example. I designed something for the Black Lives Matter campaign I think 2 years ago or maybe a year ago, in US. So I got a lot of downloads for that. So similar, that is just an example. So similarly, you could have targeted Brexit. It was unsuccessful in my case, but just giving you an example. Similarly, for Italy, I don't know. I can't recall some example, but anyway, these are the countries that which downloads the stuff the most. Okay, and they do not download just the designs that are relevant to these countries. Also represent that majority of the clients or the subscribers of Shutterstock belongs to these countries, at least the ones which download my designs. Anyway, then there is a second category which so anyway, to summarize, the first category is USA, United Kingdom, and two European countries, and maybe there are some other as well, but these are the ones I could remember or recall. Then there is category B. It also gives you reasonable results, sometimes good, sometimes slow, but anyway, I get a lot of downloads from Brazil and Kuwait, Qatar as well, and Philippines as well. So these are the four countries that I could recall which give reasonable results. So I would also never ignore these four countries, and maybe there are more which belongs to this category, but I can't remember them. So then we have category C, Australia, rest of the Europe. I have already listed two European countries, so you could target the rest of the Europe as well. Then we have Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Scandinavia it is part of the Europe, so you could remove it. And others, I mean, obviously I can't list each and every country. And then the category D. Now, some in this category, it has two dimensions. I'm not sure if that's the right word, but anyway, I get almost no response from these two countries. I don't know why. Maybe they have a different version of Shutterstock, which is based on their native languages. Okay, so there's very little response because as a designer, I thought that because China is a large population country, so I was hoping to get a lot of result from that region, but I did not get any. I did get some, but not in a regular way. The same goes for Russia. So I don't know what's the reason for that. I'm assuming that it is because of different language. Now these two regions, South Asian region and Central Asian region, now these are the ones where you will get some results. In fact, you will get reasonable results, but the problem is the subscribers or the clients which belongs to these regions, I have noticed that they are the ones who have subscribed to the cheapest packages, because Shutterstock has different packages for their customers. So in some packages they have limited number of images, and that cost more for the customer. And on the other hand, some packages are very cheap. Okay, so they are less expensive than the others. So the downloads which I get from these countries, these regions, they are mostly 10 cents downloads, 10-cent downloads. On the other hand, the downloads which I get from these countries, they also have 10-cent downloads as well, but it's quite common to get a dollar plus downloads from these countries. Okay, but it's very rare to get those sort of downloads from these countries. Okay, so that's why when I'm designing something, when I'm planning to design something or for some particular target audience, I always consider the region that audience belongs to, because of two reasons which I've shared in this video. The first one, that they might have lesser Shutterstock customers in that country, and number two, they might subscribe to something less expensive than the others. Okay, so based on that, if I'm targeting something for the USA, I would spend a lot of time of it. I would give it my 100%. And if I'm designing something for, let's say, China, or maybe some other lesser non-European country, I would not spend too much time on it. I would just, or you could say, if I'm designing for something, let's say for Estonia, okay, it's a European country. So if I'm designing something for Estonia, I would design just maybe one thing and just upload it, so that it is there. But if I'm designing something for UK, then I would maybe upload 4 to 5 designs. Okay, so this is what I do. So I hope this particular strategy of mine regarding targeting the regular and high paying audience would be helpful to you in planning your campaigns and your future strategies. So that's it. Stay tuned for the upcoming videos. I'm based on your feedback and based on your interest, I will keep uploading more strategies of mine related to Shutterstock Contributor account for selling vectors or photographs. And don't forget to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and drop any comment if you have some questions. I would love to respond to your queries. So have a nice day. Thank you for watching this video.